welcome to the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast. I'm Esther, and today I'm joined by some of the organisers of Kickstart Dublin, Carmel Seary, Louise Brogan and Melanie Boylan. Welcome, ladies.
Thanks. Hello. Nice to be here, Esther. Thank you for inviting me.
You're all very welcome. So, Kickstart Dublin is coming up on the 27th of April 2022. Who's it for, Carmel?
Good morning, Esther.
Morning.
So Kickstart conference is for small business owners who need a presence online and are struggling possibly after the 2 years we've had and trying to get back in touch with what's happening, what are the latest trends, and also who want to meet other business owners and get back into networking again and have a little bit of fun as well.
Oh, we've all missed the face-to-face networking and the fun. Let's be honest here. Is it only for people from Dublin, Melanie?
No, we've actually got quite an international set of people travelling to come and see us. We've got people from UK and beyond, but obviously we've got a good contingent coming from around Ireland as well, which is great. So it's nice to have an international audience back together again.
Brilliant. So if our audience is listening to us here from the States, from the UK, they are more than welcome to join with you as well. I'll get the link from you at the end. I'm sure there's a way that people can find the link easily because you're all over social media. I mean, these superstars are everywhere on social media. So who should go? I know Carmel's already said small business owners, but what about medium business owners, larger business owners who are struggling at the minute too? I mean, are they not invited? Louise?
Okay, this event is, yes, there is a great focus on small business, but actually some of my clients are coming and they are consultants. So they work with corporates and they also need to understand how to use online business. We are also talking with Carmel is going to be talking about finances, which anybody in business needs to get a hold of and get a hold of the knowledge and understanding of. So it is for anybody who, I would say it's for people who want to get in a room to get their knowledge up to speed. They maybe have been spending the last 2 years at home on Zoom calls, kind of struggling a little bit, and they want to get back out there and get refreshed on their knowledge and get themselves out online, update their knowledge, and get in a room full of people who are actually going to be really interesting, having brilliant conversations, networking. And of course, Andrew and Pete are coming over from Newcastle. And if you don't know who they are really, like, if you want a kickstart in your business, those guys are the guys to follow. So we've got lots of people coming from England, Northern Ireland. I'm not sure if we've got any Welsh people yet, and it's only a ferry ride across from Holyhead, so those guys should be coming too. We have at least one person who's coming from the US, and I think, Dublin in April in the springtime. Where else would you rather be? I was talking to my own network of I've got a great network of women entrepreneurs in the US, and they can't believe that they can't come. And I said, well, don't worry, we'll do it again next year, and we'll give you advance notice, and you can come and have a holiday over your Easter holidays. So they're like, yeah, that sounds brilliant. So it's for anybody who's really interested in up-leveling and upskilling their knowledge on how to grow their presence online. That's what I would say.
Okay, so it's not just about social media. It's not just about leveling up online, because as you said, Carmel's going to be talking about financing. Mm-hmm. So what else will they learn on the day? Melanie?
Well, I'm delighted to announce that I am going to be moderating a panel of content creators, and we're going to be learning from them what it's like to work with content creators, what they can bring to your business to raise your profile, and what experience they have changed people's entire online presence just by working with them. So we're going to be getting some sort of case studies, learning some direct stories, and it's just about being better informed at the end of the day. It's been such a weird, bizarre couple of years. we've all had to sort of, I'm going to say the word, I hate saying it, but we've all had to pivot one way or another. I could see you mouthing it there. And, we've had to embrace this change. And so, we've got a couple of people announced at the moment. And we've got a third person coming up soon, hopefully. So just keep an eye on myself, Amanda Webb's, Louise Brogan's, Carmel series, and of course yours, Esther,
Yeah.
as we announce any further speakers and any other changes. But it's not all about just being at the conference on the day. We're also going to be meeting and gathering with each other afterwards as well. So it's a bit of downtime and chill time together. And boy, have I missed networking.
So if nothing else, go for the Guinness in Dublin.
But just
Isn't that right, Carmel?
just as well as that, bringing the numbers in, as Louise was mentioning, it does bring that business element into the conference. So while it is marketing focusing and digital focusing, there is also that business element and that business discussion. So when you start talking about numbers in a room, the conversation can often turn about the issues people are having and how they're going to solve them. So it's for all kind of business owners to get back into that environment where you don't even know what you're going to learn because you didn't know that you didn't know it, if you know that makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm sure, I mean, obviously people all around the world that are listening to us have their financial year end at different times of the year, but you can always be keeping on top of your finances. You don't have to wait until the tax man is knocking at your door.
I think you should keep on top of it monthly, shouldn't you, Carmel?
Well, funny you should say that, because the one thing that I hear the most is that people can't hear from their accountant, and it's because they have a year-end accountant. So your accountant's only going to come to you at the year end, where a management accountant, and I'll be talking about this more on the day.
Yeah.
So don't give too much away.
is more to do with they're like a fractional CFO in your business. They're helping you run your business.
Brilliant. Which is what we
Yeah.
all need, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm sure people will go with, questions about pricing, especially at the minute where prices are soaring for even working online. Cost of electricity, the cost of everything is just through the roof. So can they pass those costs on down to their
You'll have to
clients?
find out on the
Yeah,
27th of April.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to mention, unfortunately, we couldn't get Amanda on the podcast today. She was busy, but she's going to be covering digital marketing strategy, return on investment. And with her background and experience, the people she's worked with, the information that she's going to be downloading on the day is going to be so valuable. And because this is in person, you can't just dial in from anywhere. You have to make the effort to get your ticket, come along and benefit from the many, many years of experience that are in the room. With the lineup like we've got, it's going to be a tough one to surpass, I think, in 2022.
So I see there are two ticket options. So there's a morning session and an afternoon session. Can you tell us a bit more about the morning session, Louise?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the morning, Amanda and I are actually running a small group workshop for 20 people maximum. And we are diving into how to build your business on LinkedIn strategically. So Amanda is a digital marketing strategist and a complete expert in using strategy. So she will be starting off the morning, diving into how to create a proper, effective digital marketing strategy. And then I will be teaching the room how to use LinkedIn properly in a way that gives them leads and sales without being sleazy or spammy. And because it's a small group, it's going to be really engaging and interactive. And the people who come to that will be able to ask us lots of questions. And actually, my session will be very much driven with examples depending on who is in the room. Because obviously, when people buy their tickets, we know who's coming. So I can apply the examples on LinkedIn to those people. And it will not be me standing with a big slideshow at the front of the room. We will be going through LinkedIn, the platform, actively. So if you're coming to the morning, make sure you bring your laptop with you because you will take action during the workshop. Then the people who come for the workshop, we are buying you lunch. Woohoo! And then after that, if you buy a ticket for the morning, you get a ticket for the afternoon included as part of your package. So the morning session it's around, because it's got the price includes VAT, it's around 328, which includes your VAT, which also gets you a ticket to the afternoon. The afternoon, if you're coming to that solely, it is around €68, which also includes VAT and includes the after party. And Andrew and Pete will buy you a pint of the black stuff, or in my case, I'm going for champagne. Thanks, guys.
Oh.
I hope they're listening. Right, so actionable tips in the morning, obviously actionable tips in the afternoon as well.
Esther,
Right? 'Cause-
more than tips, this is a workshop. They will be
sorry.
working.
Yes,
It's not just tips. They will be so crammed full of information that they will need to lie down after their lunch.
No, they can't, because they have to go to the afternoon session.
And they have to get kick-started in the afternoon.
No, but I think it's something that we've all missed out on for the last couple of years, just being able to go to an event and being able to being able to meet face to face and being able to bounce ideas off other business owners that are in the same boat as you, that are maybe have a couple of employees more than you, but at the end of the day, you've still got the same problems and the same issues and the same worries about your business.
Can I tell a wee story, Esther?
Sure, Louise.
Okay. So 2 weeks ago, I went to San Diego to Social Media Marketing World. We will leave the story about the travel for another day. But the biggest benefit I got from that event was not actually the speakers. It was not the conference itself. It was meeting the other people who were there. And the best 2 sessions out of the entire week I was there was when other women who run their own marketing agencies decided to get together and have a few glasses of wine and talk about how they built their businesses. And the other session was a donuts and coffee session. So both sessions that I got the most out of was talking to other people who are in the same boat as me, and the learning you get from that. So being at an event like this, and it's the same when I don't know if any of you guys went to Upreneur in London. When Chris Ducker ran Upreneur in London, which was a massive online business conference, 2017, I think, was the first year. I'd never been to anything like it in my life. And just being in a room full of other people who also are running their own businesses, it just skyrocketed my business just being there. And that's what this event is going to do for people. And it's hard if someone's listening and they've never been to an event like this before, it's hard to understand what it is actually like. But it is getting in that room, making those connections with the other people there is worth its weight in gold. And it's only €68. I mean, it's a no-brainer to me.
But like you said, Louise, tickets for the morning are limited to just 20, and I'm sure they're selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
What about the afternoon session, Carmel? How many people can go to the afternoon?
So the afternoon we're opening it up to a few more people. We have about 80 people that will fit in the room. So we're limited to what the number of tickets as well. And just following on from what Louise says there, it's actually a great one if you haven't been to an event before. It's a great one to dip your toe in, because it is 3 hours. And it's a great way of coming to see if you like it, and which I know you will. But it's not overwhelming, for people who don't want to come for the 2 or 3 day conferences.
That's so true, Carmel, because that event in San Diego, in a normal year, has 3,000 people at it.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people. Whereas this is going to be
intimate.
Well, you're going to be able to speak to whoever you want to, who's there, which I think is really valuable.
Yes, and that is where the value is. It's on in the Mason Hotel in Dublin, and for people who want to stay over, there are special rates, but you just need to get in touch with them directly.
Yeah. It is a gorgeous hotel.
It really is. It looks stunning.
It's a no-brainer as far as if you're listening and you're on the fence, get off the fence and grab your ticket quickly.
So it's recapping. So it's for small businesses who are wanting to up their game, who have doubts, worries, concerns, issues with working online, wanting to work with creators, not knowing how, wanting to learn how to get a better ROI, which is something that we get asked a lot.
Mm.
What is the return? How do you figure out your return on investment from sitting for 4 hours a day on social media? Things like that.
If you're
So,
sitting for 4 hours a day on social media, you need to come to my session in the morning because I will teach you. You can be on twice a week on LinkedIn for half an hour and get leads, proper leads and sales.
well, I
That
mean,
person needs to come to my event.
time management in the morning.
Mm.
And also, it can be lonely working on your own. A lot of the people that were coming are probably solopreneurs, not all,
Yes.
but it can be lonely, and it's great just to have people that you can WhatsApp and message during because people you meet here, you will be in contact, for forever.
Yeah. As long as you like behave yourself, that is, of course, Carmel.
And you mentioned that it's in partnership with Andrew and Pete of Atomic.
Yeah.
Now, I think we all met through Atomic as well. I mean, we all knew each other prior to
Yeah.
Atomic as well.
Yeah.
But Atomic and Atomic Con, which was just last November, was just another out there event. And like you said,
Mm.
Louise, the guys just bring the energy, and
Mm.
they will kickstart and give you a good kick to get you started, and get you motivated in your business. Is there any other little gems that are hidden away in the speakers? Who else
Oh
would
my
sort of
heaven, we haven't even talked about May King.
no?
May King, the FOMO creator. If you don't know who May King is, go to Twitter and follow May King Sang. She is a force of nature, and she is coming to talk about creating FOMO, fear of missing out, and talk about her career. Talk about an energy ball! I can't wait. I was at a conference with her in 2019. She was the FOMO creator at the Financial Services Conference in England in October 2019. I was speaking about LinkedIn at the same conference. That's the first time we met in person. And I just love her. She's just so fabulous. And she is also speaking. And then, of course, Melanie has her panel. Neve Crawford Walker, Melanie, who I have invited onto the panel, is a content strategist in Dublin. She I can't wait to hear her speak in person. I've been following her for a long time. Who else have you got on your panel?
I've got just trying to get the name up. I've got Loretta Nigavin from Lorg Media as well. And so she's also a digital marketing strategist as well. And between them and a third member that we're going to be announcing shortly, it's pretty much just down to what they can bring to the people in the room, because obviously we're not recording this. This isn't going. We're not recording or going live anywhere, so it's only going to be to the people in the room. Their special knowledge, and we're going to open the floor to Q&A as well. I love the fact that we actually have such a small intimate gathering that we can all approach each other after the session as well and ask questions face to face. No red ropes. I'm sure we've heard that expression before, haven't we, ladies?
The price of a question is a glass of champagne.
You're not going to drop this, are you? But going back to the FOMO creator, she was our FOMO creator at DMAT, wasn't she?
She was,
So
yeah, and
she's
she's
just a
been on the
passion.
podcast too, and all we did was laugh and have a great time.
She is
She's fabulous. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like such a great event, and obviously, Louise is speaking, and Amanda Webb is speaking, who we've also had in the podcast, and Carmel is speaking, and Melanie is, as the journalist that she is, interviewing the panel.
Oh,
So
Esther,
I mean,
sorry. As well, Ali Spillane is from Lord Media, will be interviewing Andrew and Pete as well at the event.
oh, brilliant!
There's a Q&A with Andrew and Pete, and there will definitely be an opportunity to ask them about how they have grown their ginormous business. So that's going to be so valuable to the attendees as well.
Yeah, definitely. And as Melanie said, it's only for the people who can make it there on the day. So get your tickets, guys. Where do people go to get tickets?
Go to eventbrite.ie and look for Kickstart Dublin.
Okay. It's also on Amanda Webb's spiderworking website, spiderworking.com.
And in your show notes, obviously, for this podcast.
Obviously. It'll be at the bottom of the podcast notes, and click on it, go have a wonderful day, enjoy yourself, have a pint of Guinness or a glass of champagne, and that might only be reserved for Louise though. And just get back into business, guys. Just use this day and have a stay over the night before, the night of, both if you feel like it, and just enjoy taking a bit of time out of your business to be able to work in your business.
Amen
So,
to that.
I highly recommend these wonderful ladies. You've heard them all on this podcast before, and they've joined together to make this wonderful event. And as Louise has already dedicated herself to saying, there will be another one next year if you can't make it to Dublin.
No. Only if
She
you come
said,
to this
you
one.
heard it. You heard it.
You get a link
heard
to
it?
for future ones if you come to this one.
If you rewind the podcast near the very start, I'll.
You're not allowed to come to the next one. If you come to this one. It's going to be a little club.
There'll be red tape for the next one. But in all seriousness, it is time to get back and kickstart your business. We have been on pause, been on hold for so long because of world events. Now is the time to take action. Now is the time to book your tickets for Kickstart Dublin. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us
today.
Thanks,
Esther. Thanks so much. And I will be toasting my champagne to you, obviously.
For goodness sake.
And yeah, thanks for having us on the podcast. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And we'll be back next week, guys, with more Monday Morning Marketing. Until then, bye-bye.